Hey everyone, and welcome back to The Screeny. We all know and love Rick and Morty. The show has proven to be one of the most influential animations on the planet. The series originally aired in 2013 and follows the life and times of a mad scientist by the name of Rick, and of course his grandson Morty. The show has been a major success with both teenage and young adult audiences, with Season 4 beginning to air just last month. Due to its intricate and witty nature, the series currently holds an astounding 94% rating on Rotten Tomatoes and has been nominated for countless awards throughout its run. Season 4 has been kindly welcomed by the Rick and Morty fans, as its content has stayed consistent and top quality. And with all this new content comes a whole lot of theories and conspiracies surrounding the direction of the new season. After a nearly 2-year hiatus, Dan Harmon and Justin Roiland are back to continue the story of our beloved characters, but not without the typical twists and turns that we have grown to expect from the series. One particular element that many fans have been curious about is the rather dark theory surrounding Evil Morty, a character who was introduced to us in Season 3. Before we begin, make sure to like the video and subscribe to our channel for more amazing videos about your favorite movies and TV shows. Number 3. The Evil Morty Theory. Evil Morty made his first appearance in episode 10 of Season 3. As the episode begins, we see that numerous Ricks from various corners of the universe have been killed, with Rick from our dimension being framed for a series of crimes. Rick and Morty are then tasked with locating the true criminal behind all of this, and our heroes soon learn that a Morty known as Evil Morty is the real criminal. Evil Morty was presumed to have been manipulating his Rick and essentially turning him against the universe. You all remember, right? After successfully controlling this particular Rick, Morty sets out to manipulate the rest of the Citadel of Ricks by running for Rick president. You would assume that there were laws against this. However, there actually aren't. Morty then, of course, continues through the election, earning the trust of the Ricks and wins. Since this point of the show, several theories have emerged regarding Evil Morty's true intentions for the Ricks. In the premiere episode of Season 4, the Rick we all know and love dies. He is then brought back using a clone from another universe, but then he dies again. This process repeats itself several times throughout several universes. Here's where things get mysterious. Many fans were quick to point out that nearly every universe showed signs of a fascist government regime. A Reddit user made a suggestion that seems to make a lot of sense. He stated, "I keep coming back to the line. What are the chances that this is the default?" The answer is 0%. Rick knows the answer when he asks the question. My theory is simply that Evil Morty is installing fascist governments in charge of every known reality at an alarming rate, and Rick of C-137 just got his first taste of what this battle will entail. Of course, this is just a theory. However, you can't deny we're working with something here. I guess we'll just have to wait and see how the season plays out for Rick and Morty. Also, I think it's important to note that following the season premiere, the Rick and Morty social media accounts posted a rather curious photo of Evil Morty encompassed in other Mortys. Don't you think this is something we should be thinking about? Time will tell what this means, but it's certainly not looking great for Rick of C-137. Number 2. Rick plans to leave the multiverse. Another popular theory that has established itself among the Rick and Morty fanbase is the possibility of Rick understanding that he is in a TV show. But not only that, he is actively aware that his creators are Justin Roiland and Dan Harmon. Now, this is unlikely to be a shocking revelation to anyone who has seen the series, as Rick has made it known several times that he is well aware of the fact that he is a part of a TV show. Though, this theory elaborates on that, suggesting that Rick may have a few tricks up his sleeve and is working to transfer his consciousness into either Dan Harmon or Justin Roiland and escape the turmoil of his fictional life. A wildly popular episode from Season 3 is titled Morty's Mind Blowers. This episode offers the most evidence to support this theory. The most important component of this theory is a strange helmet that Rick is seen tinkering with throughout the series. The helmet has been coined the name Suicide Helmet by many fans, as it is proven to either ruin or take the life of its users on many occasions. If we take a look back to Season 2, The helmet is actually used by Rick as a means for him to decide if he is ready to end his life or not. As he ponders this, time begins to fracture, and the helmet repeatedly jumps in and out of view with each moment of uncertainty. Some fans have suggested that this could mean that the helmet is somehow a symbol and a tool that Rick may one day use to break out of his multiverse and force his existence into the real world. Rick has a popular catchphrase, "Wubba lubba dub dub."
Wubba lubba dub dub! Wubba lubba dub dubs! Wubba lubba dub dub! Wubba dubba dub dub!
According to Bird Person, this phrase can be translated to "I am in great pain. Please help me." This seems to further amplify the idea that Rick is ready to end his life, and he has made several attempts to his life throughout the series. One moment specifically was from Season 2, in the episode Autoerotic Assimilation, though as usual, Rick's plan was foiled. Rick has also shown us continuously throughout the series that he has issues with accepting that his life is not in his control. A Reddit user even pointed out that Rick truly seems to want to end his life, but the endless scripts written by Justin Roiland and Dan Harmon seem to prevent this from happening time and time again. This seems to be proven by the fact that Rick has been working on the so-called suicide helmet for several seasons now. His progress on the helmet continues, even though the helmet is typically only seen for a few frames throughout the show. This adds a bit of weight to the idea that Rick has some form of autonomy off-screen, meaning that even when new scripts for the show are not being written, Rick's life continues forward. The seemingly only means of escaping the endless cycle is for Rick to create some sort of technology that would allow him to escape his world and enter the world of the living. Number 1. Is Beth real or a clone? Another theory about Season 4 that many fans have been itching to confirm concerns Beth, Morty's mother, who is a somewhat minor character in the series. These fans have been questioning whether or not Beth is a clone. Because Rick and Morty are constantly jumping between different versions of reality, it can be downright impossible to keep track of who's who, and there has been no answer as to whether or not Morty's mom is truly his biological mom, or if she could simply be a clone of the person she once was. In Season 3, during the episode The ABCs of Beth, Beth is given an offer by Rick that most people would kill for. Rick offers to clone his daughter and send her off on her adventure so that she can travel the universe and explore without having to worry about her home life, her responsibilities, or her children.
I can make a clone of you. It's an exact copy in every way. It'll love and provide for the kids, do your job. You could be gone a day, a week, or the rest of your life with zero consequences.
Rick leads Beth to believe that no one will be able to tell the difference, and that it will be like she never left. This idea has led many fans to question whether or not Beth may have been a clone throughout the entire series up to this point. As the season comes to a close, Beth has yet to give Rick an answer to his proposal.
We don't know at the end of the episode what path Beth chose. Pretty ambiguous, and I personally like it that way.
Beth is soon left to ponder whether or not she was ever real in the first place, questioning if Rick may have already replaced her with a clone at some point.
I couldn't stand you for more than an hour at a time before. You're like a different person.
Yeah. Different person. Remember a little while ago when you said that if I wanted, I could leave Earth and that nobody would ever know I'd left because you could replace me with a clone? Mm-hmm. Am I the clone?
Dan and Justin certainly want us to believe that Beth is a clone. However, a Reddit user pointed out that this is almost certainly not true. The user states, if Beth was a clone, she wouldn't remember the interaction asking to leave to go amongst the stars. This is interesting, as Rick is more than smart enough to realize that if he were to make such a suggestion to his daughter, he would almost certainly need to wipe the clone's memory of the conversation to avoid any potential issues in the future. Rick's ability to erase an individual's memory was displayed in the episode Morty's Mind Blowers. So as it stands, it seems as though Beth is almost certainly real.
We leave the episode not knowing if this is a clone Beth or if this is the actual Beth. You're left as an audience member having to decide for yourself.
Leaving a clone with an open-ended dilemma would almost certainly spell disaster for our characters. Maybe that's what Dan Harmon and Justin Roiland want. We'll have to wait and see. Thanks for watching today's video. Make sure to subscribe to our channel for more videos on your favorite TV shows, and tap one of the two videos on screen for another amazing video.